Hey, my name is Stephanie and welcome back to my channel and welcome to video number 100. I know, I cannot believe that we're here. It's crazy. But we made it to video 100 and here we are, a week late. I am sorry for that, but I had the flu and I had no clue on what to do with this video because it's video 100. I didn't want to do something different than I usually do, but still I had no clue what to do. But I sort of figured it out. I sort of didn't. So this is going to be a short video and I'm going to end it with a little Q&A. So technically, this is not the 100 upload on my channel, it's actually the 112th upload, but some of those videos are privated, they're not publicly on my channel anymore because they were school projects, for example, and some of them are still some old lyric YouTube videos that I made, some of which also were school projects, and some of which just, I don't know, I just made for fun when I was in high school and I don't really see the need of taking them down. But this is my 100 video, essentially like this, like I would have been using my channel for the last, dear God, 3 years? Yeah, I think so. No, 2 years. Okay, so I looked it up. It's June 12th of 2020 that I uploaded my first video that sort of belongs in this realm of videos, if that makes sense. During COVID. Who doesn't love COVID? I don't. But anyway, COVID, yeah, that's when I started. I essentially didn't have a lot to do because COVID, so I decided to make a video on my experience applying to a bunch of unis because at the time I was incredibly obsessed with these American college decision reaction videos. I absolutely binged them. I've seen all of them. To this day, I still sort of enjoy watching them, weirdly. So I figured, you know what, I need to give back to the college decision reaction community and make my own, and I decided to do that, make a pros and cons video. I made a college decision reaction video and I made a sort of reveal with scones instead of cupcakes. I know, a bit cringe, but those are my 3 first uploads. I uploaded them at once. I don't know why, but that's how this all started. Also, I had never filmed, so I was terrible. The audio was terrible. I probably still am terrible, but I see a difference in growth from that first video, and obviously also my first ever vlogs, which had absolute horrible audio. And so I did some digging in my stats on my channel, which I normally don't do, which is probably why my channel isn't doing great in terms of algorithm, but you know, all is well. And one of my most 6 watch videos is actually still one of those 3 videos that I uploaded way back when, which is quite funny to me. And another one in the top 6 is me reacting to one of those old videos. I was like, why are 2 of those old videos still represented in my top 6 videos? Apparently I did do something right with those videos. And the reaction video that I made of my university decision reactions was actually solely because that video was horrible. The first one I did, it was, looking back at it, I was like, it was very, very cringe. It was too slow, so I decided to just react to it and upload it again, turn it into a better version essentially. I don't know, that was the thought behind that, but I don't know. Also, my most watched video, I also didn't expect to be that one. So here you have it, the full top 6 of my videos, because we have to look at some stats, right, for the 100 video. I don't know. Is that weird? I don't know. So while I was looking at this, I was like, you know what are my least watched videos, right? So I looked at those as well, and there are actually 3 recent ones in there. I was like, oof, you know, whatever. A couple of those are it's my summer trip to the States, which obviously is very different content to what I usually put out. So I'm not mad at you for that at all. I just share what I'm doing. At that moment I was doing that, so I made a video about it, sort of vibes. But yeah, either way, this sort of brings me back to where on earth is this channel going, because I'm not at Oxford anymore and I do have lots of Oxford content, and I am not done talking about Oxford, but I do think that in the future the channel might just, you know, go a bit more the things that are going on in my life, and there is something very exciting going to happen, and I'm not going to spoil it because it's not set in stone yet. It's been a while since I've been working on this, and it is getting there, and hopefully it will be end of November, December-ish, I hope. Otherwise it's probably going to be January, but I hope it doesn't get pushed over Christmas. I hope it's going to be a pre-Christmas thingy, because that will be awesome. And obviously I'll let you know what's going on and what's happening then, but I can promise you it is very, very, very exciting. Also, if there are specific videos that you want to see, about Oxford or about grad schemes or about my life or about anything else, please just either drop it in the comments or reach out to me on Instagram in my DMs. This is my Instagram. Then I have talked enough already and I've been distracted by this whole ranking thing. Probably should not have shared that, but Anyway, the Q&A that I promised. So it's not a massive Q&A, it's just some questions that people tend to ask me when they reach out to me on Instagram, sort of thing. So I scrolled through my entire Instagram DMs and I looked at them and essentially figured a couple ones that I can answer relatively quickly and that are quite straightforward, but are things that I never really spoke about on my channel, I suppose, like things that I sort of maybe forgot to mention more in that sense. So hopefully that will clear up a lot of like things. Let's get started. I have my questions written down. What was your major or course in undergrad / where did I do my undergrad? Good question. So I did my undergrad at the University of Amsterdam in the Netherlands and I studied French language and culture. That's what my degree was called. It is more of like a French literature degree if you compare it to a lot of other countries in the world, but it still is a bachelor's degree, so it is more general in the sense that it will have like linguistics, it will have history, it will have some grammar, it will have some translation, it will have literature. I only nearly forgot the most important bit. I also did a bit of Italian. I did a year of Italy studies in the Netherlands. If you finish the first year of a degree at the research uni, you will get a diploma for that. So I did that for Italian studies. So I have a diploma of like the first year of Italian studies, essentially. When did you start uni? 2015? I'm old. I am old. I went straight into uni out of high school. I did not do a gap year or anything else. I just went straight from my high school to my university. Where did you go for your year abroad / what did you do during your year abroad? Again, very interesting question, very British question to me, because at least in Oxford, it's the way that if you study a language as an undergrad, you go abroad, and generally speaking, you go to the country where your language is spoken. So let's say you're studying Spanish, you can go to Spain, but you can also go to Latin America. And generally speaking, what people do is they do either an internship at a company there, or people go to a university there and follow courses. So in the Netherlands, it's a bit different. It's actually not a requirement, nor is it a standard thing to go on an exchange. It's what we call it. We do not call it like a year abroad. In my course, they have changed it now, so I don't know exactly how it is now, but back in the day, it doesn't make me sound any younger, does it? But back in the day, when I was studying at the University of Amsterdam, it was a 3-year bachelor's degree, and essentially your third or your second year, there was half a year that you were able to fill up with either a minor or you were able to go abroad. So a couple of my peers went to France, to Paris, to study there, and it's always at another uni. You cannot really do like an exchange and get credits for that. At least not that I am aware of. Might have changed, might just not have been aware of it at all, but that's how it worked. And I didn't do that. I added on a 4th year of my undergraduate studies, which is actually in the Netherlands quite common, but not for the reason why I did it. So I did go on an exchange, so essentially a year abroad, and I did go a full year abroad on exchange, and I went to New York. I know, something different. Yeah, I don't think any of my peers at my French department ever went to a non-French speaking country if they went somewhere, but I went to New York and I had a very good time. And in New York, I went to Hunter College, which is in Manhattan, and I did French there, as well as some other courses that I was able to take up because I had essentially finished all my coursework back home. So I didn't have anything to fulfill, so I was actually sort of being undeclared for like a full year. Would you recommend applying to Oxford? Yes, multiple reasons for that. So first of all, if you don't try it, you won't get in. Second of all, I had such a blast at Oxford. I had an absolute wonderful time there. And third of all, the quality of education is really good. I don't have anything else to say about it. And obviously there are less positive or maybe even negative aspects about Oxford, but there are negative aspects about going to Bristol as well, as Bath, as Durham, as King's, UCL, whatever. Like no university is perfect, but I would highly recommend applying to Oxford. And the last question, where are you from? Well, I'm now in the UK, so it's easy to answer, but I am from Amsterdam originally. Amsterdam in the Netherlands is where I grew up. I have left the Netherlands though back in 2018, so since I have not lived lived there, and I lived here in the UK since 2019. So I have been away for a good while. Yeah, that's 5 years, isn't it? No, yeah, it's 4 years. So for 4 years now, I have not lived in the Netherlands, but that's where I'm from. Yeah, so that was it, and I hope you enjoyed this little Q&A, and if you have more questions, just drop it in my Instagram DMs again, or in the comments or anything. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this wasn't horrible. It probably was, especially for a 100 video, for a milestone like this. But thank you for watching. Thank you for liking my videos. Thank you for sticking around with me. I appreciate it. And have a lovely day, and I'll see you next week in a more normal video. Bye.